Hi everyone, and welcome to this edition of Comet Conversation. And today's program is centered around our high school choral program, and we are joined by Director Mark Skladan. First of all, thank you so much for joining us today.
Sure, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
It's always fun this time of year, especially with all the concerts that are taking place district-wide, to talk about our music program. And I thought it would be neat for our viewers to hear a little bit about the high school choral program, maybe how many choirs we have, how many students are involved, that kind of thing.
We've got, at the high school, we've got over 200 students in our program, and we separate those basically by grades. So we have two younger choirs, which are the men's chorus and our soprano alto choir. And then we move up and we have a women's chorus of about 60 members. And then, of course, we have our mixed choir, which is our concert choir. Those are the choirs that meet during the day, and then we have a smaller group, a madrigals group, that meets after school.
Well, and I know that you've been in music education a long time, and we both agree that a strong music program, be it band or choir, or orchestra, what have you, is such a vital part of a high-quality education. And from your perspective, why is that the case? Why is a strong music program so important?
Well, as I always tell my students, I believe that music, not many of them are going to be Broadway stars or performers on the stage, maybe 1% of them, maybe less than that throughout my career. But music prepares kids for life because it gives them an opportunity to stand in front of people. The state talks about testing subjects and things like this. Before every concert, I tell my students, you guys have to take your test in front of about 1,000 people on stage, and you only get one chance at it, and they're watching you the whole time. And if you make a mistake, you got to be able to sort of cover it up so the audience doesn't know and just go on with the show. Those are things you have to do in life, too, when you're standing in front of a group of people. You'll go back on those times and say, hey, I was able to do that. Now I can stand in front of this group, whether it's, going for an interview or talking to folks that you work for or work with. It makes all that process easier. It's just sort of a life skill.
Absolutely, and I couldn't agree more. And you talked a little bit about performances, and one of the things that I wanted to talk a little bit about is there's so much more that goes into the music program other than just meeting during the day and putting on a couple of concerts during the year. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into that. But one of the things that I think is very impressive that a lot of people may not be aware of is the number of community events that our choir or our madrigals are involved in. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. In all my years, I've always been a real strong believer in getting the kids out into the community because it builds support in the community for what you're doing. It gives the kids a chance to obviously perform because they enjoy doing that. Some of the things that we're doing here this year, tomorrow, the Amherst Teachers Luncheon, and we'll be performing for those. The retired teachers will come back, and they always are a great audience there. Tomorrow evening, we're performing for the Lorain County Mix-Off over at LCC. That's sponsored by the Health Department, and it's a non-alcoholic event where they have a contest, and we'll do caroling around, and they're very appreciative. We've done that for a number of years. We also, of course, will sing for the Christmas parade here in Amherst, and then we're always appreciative of Paul Byers over at Giuseppe's. He'll have the kids over in his complex there. They'll move from restaurant to restaurant, and Paul always puts a spread on for the kids, and they always like to have some food or pizza or something, so that's a great thing. We're also performing for the Rotary, as we do every single year. We're performing out at Crocker Park this year. We've done things like the Botanical Gardens and senior citizen homes, and we just try to get out churches to as many places as we can. Of course, our big production this year is our alumni concert, which is on the 17th of December over at the Palace. That's 7:30. Tickets are $3. We're really going to have a really big crowd. We always have a lot of alumni come back and sing, so it's going to be a real special event, a great way to kick off your holiday season.
Absolutely, and that is actually one of my favorite events of the year. I mean, it's just, it's an incredible concert, and of course a huge crowd, and just a great way, to celebrate the holiday season. And just wanted to open it up. Anything in closing that you would like to share about the choral program? Anything at all that our viewers may be interested in?
Well, the support that the community gives to our choirs at concerts is really unprecedented, I think. I travel to a lot of different schools and choir programs, and to have crowds in excess of 700-800 people at an event, and I think we're going to have over 1,000 at this event here in December, is always appreciated, and the kids appreciate it. And to have folks coming back that have been there for years and years that don't even have students in the choir anymore, that just come and enjoy the event, we love doing that.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your leadership of the program, and clearly the choral program is a huge source of pride, not just here in the school district, but throughout the Amherst community, really throughout Lorain County as well, and one of the top choral programs in Ohio. So thank you very much for your leadership.
Thanks so much.
And in closing, thanks most of all to you, our viewing audience, for your support of our music program here with the Amherst Schools. And at any time, if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to give me a call at the board office. That number is 440-988-4406. Thank you again, and go Comets.